We're going to run through the first round of Nicolino versus Takeshi, and we'll see what type of sequences and patterns Nicolino has in his arsenal. All right, let's get into it. All right, Takeshi's going to plant this lead foot, loading it so it gets bring to his rear foot right here. And then he's going to throw his rear cross. Now, let's hone in on Nicolino. His weight's on his lead foot. He's going to push off that lead foot to his rear foot right here, loading it so he can pendulum away. Now, Takeshi's going to place all his weight on his lead foot, throw a leaping hook as Nicolino drops straight down. Now, two things to notice. First, check out how both of Takeshi's feet are off the ground. And second, Nicolino's going to push off this lead foot to his rear foot, loading it to pendulum in the direction of where that hook came from. And then we're going to just go ahead and speed through this section. Okay, Nicolino's head's over his lead foot. He's going to swing his rear foot around right here. He's going to push off that rear foot, lift this lead, and note the big step for the lead hook to the body. And let's keep this train moving. So this is in a replay. Heads over that lead foot. He's going to swing that rear foot behind him right here. He's going to push off that rear foot, step with this lead for that lead hook to the body. And we'll let this play. And again, check out how he brings his rear foot behind him. So heads over that lead foot. He's going to push off this rear foot, lift this lead, but this time he's going to snap off a jab. All right, Nicolino's heads over that lead foot. He's going to fold out his jab, but note he does not push off his rear foot. He's going to step on this rear foot, bring his lead foot back, and reset. Now, this time, instead of folding out that jab, he's going to push off his rear foot, lift his lead, and once again, looking for that lead hook to the body. Now, let's hone in on Takeshi. His head's over his lead foot, and he's looking for his lead counter as Nicolino pulls to his rear foot right here. And this will take a minute, but we're going to go ahead and buzz through this section. Now Nicolino's back over that lead foot, reoccurring theme, but this time he's going to shift his weight to his rear foot right here. Then he's going to push off that rear foot once again, lift this lead, firing that lead hook to the body. Now Takeshi is trying to problem solve. This time he's going to throw his overhand right, but Nicolino's going to pull to his rear foot right here. And once again, this will take a minute, but we're going to let this run to right about here. Okay, Nicolino's going to swing his rear foot behind him right here. Again, repeating that pattern, pushing off that rear foot for the lead hook to the body. And then we're going to let this play a little bit. He's going to go ahead and fold out his jab right there. Now, let's watch Takeshi. He's going to do a little pendulum step right here. He'll do another one here. Now, he's going to feint his rear cross. Then he's going to get back to this lead foot to throw his leaping hook as Nicolino pulls. And then he's going to throw his rear cross as Nicolino drops underneath it. Then, again, we'll let this run. So Takeshi will do a pendulum step right here to his rear foot so he can throw this rear cross as Nicolino drops straight down. Now, we saw earlier how Nicolino dropped under the hook. This time, he's dropping under the rear cross. And if you notice, he shifted his weight to his lead foot so he can pendulum in the direction of where that attack came from. And then let's keep this train moving. All right, Takeshi will step to his lead foot and pendulum. He's going to do it again, but this time he's going to come with his leaping hook. And note Nicolino's catch. Now, Takeshi will follow up the rear cross as Nicolino drops right here. Nicolino will snap off a jab. Now, if you've seen this before, head over that lead foot. His rear foot's behind him. He's going to shift his weight to his rear foot, push off that rear foot for that lead hook to the body. And then he's going to do one more for good measure. And let's buzz through this. And I know this one's going to take a minute. Okay, last clip around 1. They'll both bob down over their lead foot right here. Now Takeshi is going to throw his leaping hook as Nicolino pushes off his lead foot to pendulum away right here. Now Nicolino is going to look for that lead hook to the body as Takeshi tries to time him with this overhand. And note the pull from Nicolino. Now Nicolino is going to bob down over his lead foot as Takeshi looks to catch him with this lead hook. And then let's go ahead and speed through this section. Once again, it'll take a minute. And yep, that's the end of round 1.